Hey guys, how you guys doing today? It's Jaylee. I'm bringing you guys a new video. So today I'm bringing you guys a video on the weapons on the Destiny 2 beta and what I have found to be the best weapons on the beta right now. Now I tried to run almost every single weapon. Probably I would say power weapons are the only ones that I haven't tried as much, just because you kind of have to stay around the power arm in order to get it. If not, really another team is just gonna grab it right away. But even with that, it's pretty simple to know that fusion rifles are definitely the best power weapons by far. I mean, shotguns are okay as well, but I mean, fusion rifles are incredibly overpowered. I mean, fusion rifles are basically like a shotgun with unlimited range, and also the rate of fire is almost close to, I don't know, like a Pocket Infinity in Destiny 1. So yeah, by far definitely the best power weapon. I also did try to run the sniping, but I gotta say that sniping is not really key in Destiny 2, but this might have to be because of the map. The map is a pretty small map, so really sniping is, I would say, is not valuable in this map. Kinda really easy to honestly to just shut you down with a pulse rifle or with a scout. Maybe in bigger maps sniping might be more of an option, but I would say right now, really, like I said, fusion rifles and shotguns are really the thing to use. Now as far as primary weapons, I did try to run almost every single one of them. The only one that I kinda didn't really use much was sidearms, because I was coming in from Destiny 1, kinda want to stop using sidearms. But the times that I did use sidearms, I gotta say that they're really underpowered compared to Destiny 1. I mean, I think that more than likely you have to hit around like almost every shot in order to kill someone. So even with that, I feel like something like a submachine gun can outgun you pretty easily. But yeah, sidearms, I don't know if they're gonna change obviously when the game release, but right now they're really underpowered right now. And now that I mentioned that, let's talk about submachine guns. I think submachine guns are like what I wish sidearms were in Destiny 1, where they're really good when you get up close, but the time that you get some distance between you and the enemy, I mean, the drop damage is incredible in that weapon. I mean, it doesn't do any damage at range. So that's really how the weapon works, is that basically submachine guns are good to rush someone or to clean up a kill, but if your enemy kind of puts some distance between you and him, then you're probably gonna end up dying, because the submachine guns really do almost no damage at range. And then we have auto rifles, and I feel like auto rifles are almost like in the same spot that they were in Destiny 1, where at mid-range they're okay, up close they're a bit better, but in really range fights are not really an option. I mean, I think pulse rifles can really outgun a weapon pretty easily in range. Up close, I feel like they're a lot better, where I think that maybe you can use it instead of using a submachine gun or instead of using a sidearm. But I would really try to use like a pulse rifle or a scout rifle if I was gonna use the auto rifle. And the same thing kind of goes with scout rifles. I feel scout rifles have the same role like they did in Destiny 1, where obviously in long distances it can be good, but up close you kind of are underhanded. And also the maps in the beta are not really, I would say, friendly to scout rifles, and these maps I never feel underpowered when I'm using a pulse rifle against a scout in long distances. And it's probably because there's not really that much range in between gunfights right now. Really, most of the fights are kind of, I would say, mid-range at most. So maybe in a, like I said again, in a bigger map, same thing like I said about sniping, they can be a bit better, but in this situation right now, I think the pulse rifles are just a better option. So let's talk about pulse rifles. Obviously, I think that everybody knows that pulse rifles are definitely the best weapons in the beta, and it's for a couple of reasons. Obviously, pulse rifles have the style that in any type of range that can be like a valuable option. In long distances can be better sometimes than a scout rifle, and that is really the thing that makes it really good, is that it's really a valuable option in any style of gameplay. Whether you want to rush or whether you want to stand back is really a good option. Also, if you miss a shot with a pulse rifle, it's not really gonna matter much. More than likely you're still probably gonna end up killing the other person. Now there are two options of pulse rifle available for us in the beta. You got the Nightshade and you got the nail guard. Both of them are really good options. I think I probably go with the Nightshade just because the perk kill clip, that basically after you get a kill and you reload your weapon, you will do more damage. That's really everything, the thing that makes the weapon a bit better. But honestly, the nail guard is also a really good option. Now let's talk about hand cannons. Now hand cannons obviously come from being the king of the crucible, and in Destiny 2 I think that they kind of are losing that crown. Obviously this is the beta and we don't know what type of hand cannons are going to be available for us when the full game is released, but just talking in the beta, I feel the hand cannons are and really not the best options, honestly. We have two options of hand cannons in the beta. You got the Minuet, and then you have the Better Devils. Also, there is the exotic hand cannon that's available for the hunters, but obviously it's not available for every class, so I'm just gonna put that to the side. Now, this two hand cannons obviously do around, I think, 61 to the head. Obviously, the Better Devils has exploding rounds, so you cannot really tell. Now, the problem with hand cannons is that I feel that the aim assist on hand cannons have been decreased and nerfed a lot from Destiny 1. Also, the handling of hand cannons, I feel that it's a bit slower, or something is just not there. Also, the recoil on the weapon is kind of really weird sometimes. It sometimes seems to be kicking to the left, but then I don't know where it goes to the right, and that I think has to do with bloom being a factor in Destiny 2, and that is really what it comes down to. I feel like the skill that is needed to use a hand cannon is not rewarded for the damage that you do with the weapon. I mean, you need 4 shots to kill someone, and really if you miss one shot, you're more than likely are dead, because again, in long distances, I think pulse rifles just have a really upper hand. Same thing goes in up close. I think some machine guns can really melt you down. Like, I really think hand cannons are more useful, like to clean up a kill. If you start shooting someone with a pulse rifle and then you switch to your hand cannon, I think that is really where hand cannons are a lot more useful. As far as the loadouts, I'll say that combinations really try to use a pulse rifle to something else, honestly. Whether it's a submachine gun or whether it's a hand cannon, I just feel that pulse rifles are really the weapon to use. My favorite loadout at this moment is the Better Devils hand cannon with the nail guard pulse rifle and the main girding fusion rifle. I feel like this gives you the ability to honestly fight in every single range, whether it's up close, long distances. But obviously this still is the beta, and I feel that in Destiny 2 we're gonna get better weapons in this, and probably things can change obviously as far as the loadout goes. So yeah guys, I hope you guys are enjoying the beta. I know that the beta goes, I think, live for on Friday for anyone that didn't pre-order the game. So yeah, definitely I would say try these weapons out. Like I said, if you can get a pulse rifle, definitely give it a try. It's really fun to use. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, please leave a like. If you guys subscribe to the channel, that means a lot to me. I hope you guys have a great day, guys. Take care, guys. Peace.
Enemy claimed Zone B. Lost the lead. Zone A secure. Zone advantage is yours. Keep this up and the battle is yours. weapons, Warlock. Double kill. That's my